Ron, how long do we have for?
As long as you want.
Good.
I have the bottle is. I've got a whole bottle by myself. So.
It's been a long week, right? Are you ready to wind down? Why not? It's time for the Wine Time Fridays podcast with Shelley and Phil. Neither are sommeliers, but both have a deep passion for life, each other, and of course, delicious wine. And now, here to talk about this week over a glass of wine is Shelley and Phil. It's wine time.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil on this Friday, May 3rd, episode 211. Shelley is back after a 2-week hiatus. Happy Friday. It's wine time.
Happy Friday.
Oh, she went with the small bell today.
A small bell.
Shelley, how are you feeling?
Much better.
Good. For the first time ever, we missed Shelley a couple weeks ago, and then the next week. So back-to-back weeks, we didn't have Shelley. Our poor listeners had to put up with me the entire time.
I know.
So I wanted to say, first of all, happy Sauvignon Blanc Day. Today is Sauvignon Blanc Day. And we're going to have a reception wine. We also have a guest, but I wanted to say, like, right in the middle of December, you know, we're big Shark Tank fans. Mm-hmm. And right in the middle of December, we were watching an episode, and there was this guy on there, very fun and lively, and pitching the sharks with this wine luggage idea for when you go into the wine areas of the world.
And you want to bring wine back safely.
Yeah, because honestly, a case of wine can be between 35 and 45 pounds. Okay. Mm-hmm. That is a lot of wear and tear on a typical luggage. We're going to show you some luggage that it's like Fort Knox, will not break at all. I turned to Shelley during that. I'm like, we need to get this guy on. Reached out to Ron. He says, yes. And welcome Ron Scharman, the CEO and founder of Fly with Wine. Ron, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the welcome.
So, we're going to let Ron talk a little bit about how, by the way, I need to say this. Right today, I'm in the middle of being a co-MC at a big Rotary conference. So if you're in Coeur d'Alene at a conference, we're probably having a conversation right now. Who knows? So we have this Louis and Martini Sauvignon Blanc from Napa Valley. Oh, crud. Shelley, no glasses. Oh, darn. No glasses. Well, shucky darn. A little Monk reference. One of the things that inspired us after talking to Ron is to purchase this lovely
glass. Don't let everything fall.
No, I've already tested it. It doesn't. They're in there tight.
No, the corkscrew.
Oh, yeah, that's true. This is a wine glass case. It's become evident to Shelley and I, we are wine glass snobs.
We're not really wine snobs. We're wine glass.
We're wine glass snobs. This thing is a fantastic case, about $100 on Amazon. And when we travel, talked a little bit about that last week, but when we travel, it is not easy to travel with glasses. And Shelley, we have to have glasses.
We have to have our glass.
That's right. And so we decided to purchase this, and it's so awesome. We've had people at hotels when we check in say, what's in that attaché case? Do you have like $1 million in there? And we said, no, it's better. It's 2 wine glasses. That's what we have. So a quick little toast to this. Boom.
Cheers.
We're going to get to you, Ron. We just had to honor Sauvignon Blanc Day.
That's fine.
Delicious. This is Louis and Martini from Napa Valley, St. Helena, an old winery there. Mm. I think they started out in like 1887. I think they started out.
Yeah, they've been around for a while. And we just felt like we wanted to honor Ron being from Napa, and Sauvignon Blanc Day. Yeah. So there you go. Shelley, get rid of that and let's move on.
Oh my gosh.
I poured a little too much. Okay. So May is Oregon Wine Month. We are in the first Friday of May. So we thought, while we talked with Ron about Fly with Wine, that we would open an Oregon Pinot Noir. I have got with me a 2021 Patricia Green Cellars Wadensvil Block Pinot Noir, $55 at the winery. And I know, Ron, you've got that also. Have you already poured?
I'm poured. I'm drinking it. Yeah, it's lovely.
That
a little
guy.
young. It's a little young but lovely.
Yeah, Oregon Pinots are always so fruit driven. And to be honest, so we've been talking for probably 4 months to get Ron on and working out the details. We're going to record back in March, but Ron had a really bad cold, and we're like, we don't want to put him through that. And so we moved it right up against when we're going to publish it. And so he had mentioned Patricia Green as being one of the Pinots that he really loves out of Oregon. And I'm like, I haven't heard that name forever. So we picked up a bottle.
Yeah.
And we also said to them, we'd love to have them on as guests. So they're going to be on in a couple of weeks.
Great. It's really Ribbon Ridge that I love. I love the terroir in Ribbon Ridge. And Patricia Green really emphasizes the best qualities of Ribbon Ridge. So,
what do you like about the terroir of Ribbon Ridge?
It's just special. It's the soil. The soil structure, the north-facing vineyards, and it's it's got acidic qualities. It's not over the top. It's a little not high. It doesn't have a high alcoholic feel as some of the, unfortunately, the Oregon wineries are suspect to, and it's just lovely. It's a lovely food wine. Food. It's a more Burgundian style than some others. I mean, you've got Beau Frere nearby, right, just down the road, which is the ultimate Burgundian style, which is also wonderful, much leaner, lower alcohol. But this one is great. To me, it really shows the characters of the Ribbon Ridge, which is one of the great AVAs in Oregon.
We should do a proper Wine Time Fridays toast this time to health, wealth, and abundance, gratitude, romance, and
Peace on earth.
Yeah. There
Cheers,
you go.
Will.
Cheers.
That's very good.
so
I like this style also. So Patricia Green, she's no longer with us. I guess she passed away in 2017. And she went by Patty.
Patty. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This Burgundian style is fantastic. I wonder what the latitude is similar to that of Burgundy. The terroir obviously is going to be different. We're not going to get the same terroir, but I want to say that the latitudes are pretty similar. Do you know offhand, Ron, what those are?
I do not. I have no idea. I know that the Willamette Valley in general is close to it. I don't know how
Sure.
Patricia Green is, but it has a lot also to do. Obviously, the climate is changing both places, so who even knows how that corresponds?
Yeah, pretty soon Oregon's going to start making Cabernet Sauvignon. And
Merlot. You're doing it. You're doing it. Along in the Rogue Valley, they're doing it. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So we are going to sit back and enjoy this wine. Ron, why don't you tell us a little bit about the phone ringing?
Yes. Let me turn this off right now. And I forgot all about that. Okay. I'm sorry.
So
what did I tell you a little bit about?
What inspired you to start Fly with Wine?
Oh,
All of that about it.
Well, first of all, I decided I never wanted to work for anybody ever again, but which is always a good thing. But I was on a trip to Burgundy in 2015 with my wife, and we visited a bunch of wineries, beautiful small producers, and I was stunned by the fact that in each case, I would be told, can you ship some wine for me? They said, oh no, we don't do that. You got to take the wine down to mailbox, etc. in Beaune, and you ship it yourself. So I did that. 3 cases I shipped. It took 5 weeks, I think, at that time. Who knows what happened to it along the way?
Sure.
I did get it, but I thought to myself, there had to be a better way than this. This is ridiculous. Spend all this money and then just hope and pray that you get what you paid for. So I did some research and I found a guy in New Mexico who had invented this wine suitcase, and version 1. We're now in version 5. And he came to Napa. I met him and his wife, and ultimately we negotiated a deal to start working in marketing. He was an inventor, not great in marketing. And so we got exclusivity for the wine industry, and then eventually got worldwide. And so we started marketing it. The idea, but the key thing is, I needed the right name. How do we get to market it? I thought it was a brilliant idea. Everybody needs it. Nobody knows it exists. How do you market something that nobody knows exists?
And they don't know they need it.
And they don't know they need it either.
They don't need it, right? Until they really need it. And so, because people always come up to us and say, wow, what a great idea. I wish I'd thought of that. So, I sat down at GoDaddy to look for the name of the URL and the name of the company. And I searched for a couple hours. And then it just dawned on me, the name should be Fly with Wine. I wonder if that's available. And lo and behold, it was available. So it's funny because it's hard to find a name of a company that actually says what you do.
Right.
In that case, we were very lucky. I think it's sort of like an epiphany. All of a sudden, all those things come together, and it works. So we started the company, called it Fly with Wine, and we said, okay, how are we going to market it? So we thought, I think the best way to do it is through start in Napa Sonoma and focus on concierges and hotels and limo drivers. That's got to be the way. These guys, because that's where the tourists are coming in. They're buying the wine. They're going back to the hotel. They're saying, how do I get my wine back home? Or the limo drivers are bringing people to wineries, obviously. So we set up a whole intricate referral program. We even had personalized cards made that we gave. We had a SMS texting program where every week we went out to limo drivers, made presentations. We had every concierge in Napa Valley and Sonoma. And after a year, we got nothing because they were given $40. Think of that. We say, listen, every suitcase you get, you refer, we'll give you $40.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what kind of tips these people get. You'd think, wow, that should get a lot of attraction. But no, it didn't work. And so we had said, you know what, like in every good business, you got to listen to
pivot.
Facts on the ground, you got to pivot. So we said, really didn't want to have a wholesale business, but maybe we got to try selling to wineries. So we pivoted. We bought ourselves in my view, was like an old bread truck that used to come in my younger days that would deliver bread. And it was like a Ford Transit van, and we wrapped it so it looked like a suitcase. And we drove up and down Napa Valley calling on wineries. And initially it was on consignment. And slowly but surely we got into winery tasting rooms, and, word spread and people moved from one winery to another. And today we're in over 500 winery tasting rooms, including probably 50 in Oregon, So because it solved the problem, even if there was not space. It's not like people go into a winery and buy, a logoed glasses, or they buy coasters. I mean, this is not merchandise. It's a sales tool. It's something to help wineries sell more wine, right? Sell cases, not bottles. Solves a problem for customers who come from states that you can't ship to, or in the summertime where it's too hot to ship. So it really became something that wineries really appreciated, consumers appreciated. And so we used the wineries wanted it. We sold a ton on Amazon. We have our own website. And then over time, we started selling to national retailers. We're in Total Wine. We're in Macy's. We're in Neiman Marcus. We're in Dillard's. We're in Williams Sonoma. It became that kind of a thing where wherever wine lived and wine travel lived, the suitcase made a lot of sense. And that's kind of how it evolved over time. And we became a well-known name in the wine industry. But, Shark Tank proved there's a lot of people don't know who we are.
Sure.
And so that was, why it was real important to get on, get in front of 5 million people to sort of support the brand. But even today, we go out there and people say, I didn't know that product exists. Wow, what a great idea. I wish I'd thought of it,
I'm not going to lie. I figured you would get a deal with Mr. Wonderful, to be honest.
Well, we thought so too. We didn't care so much if we got a deal or not, but
Sure.
if you saw it, it's the structure of our company. Our manufacturer is one of our investors, and that's the problem they had, and so be it. But our sales went through the roof, after that, so it was good for us either way. I just want to tell you a funny anecdote though about that wine glass case. Sure. We did the suitcases originally, and then we decided personal carriers are important too, because it's not just checking wine in an airplane, but it's nice to have a nice, elegant little carrier, whether it's wine, champagne. But for me personally, one of the biggest peeves I've had forever was bringing really expensive wine to a hotel, restaurant, wherever, or buying it there, and then they have to drink out of a thick goblet because the stemware is so awful. And so I'm drinking a $200 bottle of wine, and the glass, particularly Italian restaurants, for whatever reason.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
They have those thick glasses. I mean, heavy, thick, horrible. I mean, you could drink swill out of it. It doesn't matter. And you buy an expensive wine in those restaurants, Italian wine, and you're drinking Tignanello, and it comes and they serve it in a goblet. I mean, it's horrible. So I said, I don't care if this product sells. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to make one for us. The truth is, it's done incredibly well because there's a lot of people like me out there that say, you know what, I'd rather bring my wine. I bring my glasses with me, And so we started with that. And then we have a couple of, we have a champagne carrier, we have a 2-bottle carrier. But just one anecdote about the situation of what's in the box. We were 2 years in a row, we've done the trade show in Cannes, the duty-free show, travel goods show in Cannes, France. And it's in October. And last year we were there, and someone came and said, we want you to visit us. Our champagne company. It's in Monaco.
Champagne.
So we want you to come to Monaco. No, this company happened to be in Monaco, and that's like an hour train ride away from Cannes. So can you come see us after the show is over and bring some of your cases, because we'd like you to meet the CEO of the company. So I travel with my partner by train there. We're lugging a suitcase and then the bottle carrier, one of which is the 2-bottle carrier and the wine glass case. And so meetings in the afternoon, and we want to go into a restaurant, and so to have lunch. And so we start walking in with these cases, and all of a sudden we're surrounded by police and by the manager of the restaurant saying, what's in those cases? They thought there were guns in the cases, right? They thought because it was an aluminum frame case, right? They thought there was something like guns, so they wanted us to open the cases. It's just a restaurant in the town. It's not like going to a government building. So we opened it up and said, no, it's just our wine glasses. That's all they are, and the 2-bottle case was empty. So it's just
and
funny.
what are they made of?
And it's crazy. So in any case, there's been a big success story for us, those personal carriers, and anybody that, and now we have wine glass companies buying the cases from us just to give out to their best customers. So it's worked out pretty well.
They could be engraved with company name.
Yes.
We put these customized plates on them. We put a plate on the top of everything, so it's easy to do. As a matter of fact, you have a plate. It looks like it's like this. This is like a logoed plate that goes on top of either the suitcase or the wine glass case or whatever.
We didn't get one.
We didn't order that.
Oh, we didn't order. That's right.
Yeah, well,
We
we can send you one and has adhesive on it. You can put it on yourself if you want it. But yeah.
I love them because they look like deal or no deal. And you open it up and it's a wine glass.
Yeah.
So I know you also sell wine glasses. They do not come with the case. You have to order those
Well,
separately.
you can buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
together.
we're a big importer and proponent of Gabriel glass. It's the finest, one of the finest wine glasses in the world. What's different about it is the universal glass, so it's one shape for all varietals. And it was designed by Rene Gabriel, who's a Swiss sommelier in Europe. Very, very, a lot of high-end wine bars around the country carry it. Some restaurants, wineries carry it. It's just a great glass.
So let's see your glass again. So we've also got one wine glass designed by one of your neighbors down there, Andrea Robinson.
Yeah, the one. I know the one. I know Andrea. Yeah.
Yep. And the concept is the same. You don't. No disrespect to Real, but you don't need 30 different glasses. I'm sorry. The vast majority
store them.
No, and it's not cost effective or anything. So
No,
we are right.
Yeah. Once you get used to it, it's a pleasure not having to change all the time.
So as people in the digital marketing world, the fact that you got Fly with Wine checks a lot of boxes off. Flywithwine.com. It checks off short and sweet. It checks off no hard word to spell.
Right.
And it rolls off the tongue. And so
it tells exactly what you do.
it tells exactly what you do. So, I mean, not everybody has that luxury of finding that. So kudos to you for finding that, because that's pretty good.
Well, that's great. The problem is now that we also do spirits or beer, it becomes a problem because people think, well, we don't do wine. I said, no, but we can do spirits as well. We do custom inserts. We do whiskey. We can do bourbon. We can do whatever. Or we have a whole insert for beer, for craft beer. So just funny how that works, but it's still a big value.
Way down in your niche, and you
That's
niche
right.
back up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is a great way of teasing for when we come back from the break. We are going to unveil.
We're going to
try the Petite Vanguard Petite 8-bottle suitcase, and we'll be right back.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil, where Shelley is not only back, but she is wearing a very close color to our little Wine Time Fridays tag on the video. Speaking of the video, by the way, if you haven't been watching our YouTube channel, you're going to want to watch this one for sure, because we've got a lot of visuals. I already removed the bottle. In fact, I'm going to remove the box. Sorry, Patricia. We will be tasting through a bunch of those wines on the road. I'm going to unveil. We have Ron Scharman from Fly with Wine, and this is the Vanguard Fly with Wine Petite 8-bottle suitcase. Check this out. When we were down talking with Dan and Jonathon with Foolhardy Wines in Walla Walla, they were sending us with a couple bottles back because we're going to have them on as guests. And we showed them this case because we were going to put the bottles back in this case. And it was 4 degrees outside in Walla Walla. But he's like, yeah, I don't really trust any of those wine suitcases because the wheels all break and all of this. And he looked at this and he said, holy crap. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So this is burgundy. It comes in 3 colors. I don't know if you can see this. There we go, like that. Okay, and then when you open it, I've already removed some of the liners in it. All right.
Let's see.
Okay. Oh yeah, here's the wheels. They are tough. I'm sure you're rated for well over 50 pounds on this thing. But there's this side, and then this side. I'm not doing this justice.
Well, we're going to have videos on our Instagram.
Yeah, Shelley took a whole bunch of unpacking videos, but there you can see where you put the wine bottles, and they have little removable things in case it's a different size. But you put those puppies in, they've got straps to strap them in, and you put another foam deal to really hold those bottles in. Ron, I apologize. I know this is not showing it the way it should be shown.
That's all right. Listen, people can find out.
It is a brick, okay? You're not, I mean, it's got reinforced corners. For anybody who wants to throw the wine around, look, wine is thrown around all the time. If you have any wine shipped, it's jostling around. That's what we call bottle shock.
And some airlines will fly wine for free.
Alaska Airlines, we want you on as a sponsorship.
Yeah.
But
we have a video of someone throwing it down a long flight of stairs at Artesa Winery in Carneros, and it just, and then you open it up and everything is fine. I mean, that's what we want to do. That's it.
Honestly, the more of those videos you can do, the better. People just, the price point on this is very reasonable. $340. How much does an away bag cost these days?
Way more.
Okay.
And it doesn't even hold the wine.
It doesn't even hold the wine. By the way, you don't have to put wine in this. Oh, we do. Yeah. And thank you, Jen, for that. I just actually texted Shelley a picture of her and Jen this week. But this, you can actually you don't have to put wine in this, right? You can.
No, it's a regular suitcase. It has a 10-year warranty, and it's made to be, I don't want to say indestructible, but the strongest luggage you're going to find. We travel all over the world with it without wine. So, I mean, it's our regular luggage. So you're not just investing in a one-time thing for taking your wine with you. You reuse it. The inserts come out. You can mix and match. You can put 2 bottles in it, or 12 bottles in it, or 8 bottles, whatever the size suitcase it is, and the rest is your personal stuff.
Your larger one, you can put the glasses in with the wine bottles as well.
Yes, you could. We actually have a wine bottle insert. It won't fit Gabriel glass, but it does fit a lot of other wine glass shapes, and that's a special insert. Or you put the wine glass case inside it, which fits. I mean, that's another option.
In the show notes, we've got the link to Fly with Wine. We're not going to put specific links to different products because there's too many. In fact,
but talk about the backpack.
Yeah, backpack.
Yeah.
I think that's really great.
The backpack was something that Mark Cuban. You didn't see this one on Shark Tank because they cut it, but we had. The backpack is a backpack that has 3 pouch, three compartments. The front one has a 1.5 liter bladder with a spout on it, so you can put in there wine, you could put margaritas, whatever. For the sharks, we had a different cocktail for each of them based on what we were told they liked. In the case of Mark Cuban, he said, if I had had this when I was in college, I never would have graduated. And that was his but it's great. It's like a party on your back, and it's meant to be for tailgating, for hiking, biking,
picnics,
picnics, whatever, boating, because you don't want to have glass. It's a great product. Right. I mean, it's something, again, meets the need. It's unique. It's something that is out there that people really have embraced. Like, why didn't I think of that? It also comes with a 2-bottle hard shell case inside. It's called the Vinto for two bottles as well. So you can pack 2 bottles in a case, and then you got the 1.5 liter in the bladder, and then there's another compartment for a laptop. So it's really got everything you need. Nice. And it's called the Vin Explorer Wine and Beverage Backpack.
And it's got a place for 2 bottles of wine and 1.5 liter bag to pour.
Our bladders. But you could take box wine. It'll hold 3 liter. You could take a 3 liter box wine right out of the box and put it in. It'll fit.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Well, so that does bring up a question. How easy is that to clean that bladder?
It's easy. Warm water and soap. You get about 8 to 10 reuses, but then we sell refills, three for $20, $19.95 for 3. So you're going to have refills. You're not going to use it forever, but that's fine.
There are a lot of people hiking around the world these days because hiking is big, so that'd be really nice for them.
Yeah. When we showed it in Europe, they loved it. They said, they do somewhat like cross-country skiing. They thought that would be a great use case for it. In Sweden, for example, I think 1/3 of the wine they sell, or half the wine they sell, is in bladders. So they thought it would be a really good use case. But, it's a great product.
How many wineries, if any, are you in Washington?
Washington's interesting. We've gone there so many times, up to Woodinville and Walla Walla, and to what's the German town in the middle?
Leavenworth.
Yeah, Leavenworth. It has all the tasting rooms. But it's been a tough slug. I mean, I don't know why. I love the wineries in Washington. I love the Cabernets. I love the Merlots. So we're probably in a dozen wineries, and there should be more, but they're just a bit stubborn. They're always a little slower. Oregon was the first to embrace it. And I think, Walla Walla gets, particularly it's so darn hot there in the summer, you think people flying in would be great. But they're not, they're just not embracing it like everywhere else. And we probably have as much in Texas as we do in Washington, so.
Well, Wine Time Fridays is going to vow to change that. We have relationships with wineries in Washington, and we can be very persuasive.
To Goose Ridge, right?
We didn't show. No, Rocky Pond.
Rocky Pond.
Rocky Pond. Yeah, we went to Rocky Pond for a media thing. We did not show at Goose Ridge, but
Rocky Pond doesn't have a retail aspect yet.
Not yet, but I mean, we have multiple relationships that we can make introductions, and would love to do that because
it's great.
Yeah, you're right.
We have a number of wineries that are high, elite wineries that have no tasting room, but they keep it in the back. So when someone buys wine and they want to, ship it, that's an option, right? You're spending a lot of money on wine, and
Exactly.
Washington wines are expensive. It's not, so thinking like, why not make it easy for your customers? But I think that's an evolution, that's an evolution that, usually Napa leads the way in a lot of this, and then Oregon follows, and then other places follow. It's just the way it tends to work. But Oregon has been, because you get so many tourists there, it's become for us, much easier to sell there,
I wonder if Walla Walla and that area doesn't have enough tourists yet.
Oh man,
it's too darn far from, it's a 4-hour drive. I mean, so
from a major airport.
Yeah, major airport. So, from a main place, you can fly in, but still, if you want to drive, it's 4 hours. And so
we're 2.5. We're not major.
Yeah, so I think that's one thing. Also, the seasonality factor. But I'm telling you, the wineries, they're amazing. They should have it. It's world class. I mean, they sell their wine all over. So,
yeah.
We're going to be a strong advocate, because we get to sit down with winery owners, winemakers, the founders of wineries that we sit down with, and it just takes one or two to get in, and then everybody else is like, we need to get involved in this. So
100%. No, that's exactly how it is. I mean, we have Duckhorn's up there with Canvasback, so they've been carrying ours for a while. Mark Ryan has us there. There's a few others in Walla Walla, and same thing in Woodinville. We've got a bunch, Long Shadows, and a few others. I mean, that get it, but it's hard, and again, I've been there so many times. The quality of the wines is just so wonderful that it hurts me that they don't want to make it more available.
Hurt no longer, Ron. Hurt no longer. We are on it. We're on the fly with Ron. Trail. We're
You have to say the words right.
But I can fly with Ron too. Ron would probably be fun to fly with.
Yeah.
Sure.
Guaranteed.
What is coming next down the pike for Fly with Wine in terms of products? Are you pretty set right now in your SKUs, so to speak, or are you?
Well, we're set with our lines, but I think there's going to be an expansion. I think the backpack we're doing a custom smaller version of the backpack for a major national wine brand, promotions. It's going to kick off this summer. So we're probably going to do some more things around the backpack. Also, the personal carriers. I want to have a one that can do 2 bottles, a bottle and 2 wine glasses. We've got, and magnums. We've been asked about that. I think we'll expand the personal carrier line. Will expand. I don't think we're going to expand. Our suitcases are, good, better, best. I mean, we got 3 colors and, we've got 3 sizes. I think we're good. But we had designed a more of an elite line that was like an aluminum, sort of like a Rimowa style, much more expensive. We put that to the side because it's we're already in a niche, and so coming out with an expensive edition, not something we might want to do unless we did it for someone specific as a private label. But I think an extension of the personal case, personal carriers, and the backpacks is probably where we're going to go.
When someone basically creates a new market, and the market was there was just nothing to fill that niche, right? There's going to be some copycatters. Here's the thing, knowing what this, there are very few products and brands out there that start off on the right foot, that start off at a very high quality level. And so I love the idea that, well, we're going to do this, we'll do it for less. And it's like, yeah, yours will break. The quality on it.
We have that. I mean, that's always the case with knockoffs. I mean, we have patents, but to get around the patents. But people want quality. If you look at our reviews, I mean, we have people love our products, and it's a value product for the quality. We have 10-year warranty. We were the original people designing it. We have all the little nuances around it. We understand the wine industry, so that's our greatest sort of value proposition for people. If they want to buy the cheapest thing out there, they can't stop them. But
for sure.
When you're buying either expensive wines or wines that are part of a journey that you want to memorialize when you take the wines home, you're not going to want to risk it with an inferior product.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take one last break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up with Ron Scharman with Fly with Wine and talk about things that we've had this week and things that are coming up. Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil and Ron Scharman with Fly with Wine. And it's such a need when you are going to wine regions and collecting wines and not knowing how to get them back. It's just so cool to have a quality tool. That's what this is, a quality tool to bring back wines safe and sound. Mm-hmm. I've entitled this episode, Protecting Your Wine Babies and Liquid Assets with Wine. Yeah. So anyway, a couple things. Ron had mentioned Long Shadows is one of the wineries that we're going to actually have Gilles on at some point within the next month or two, and they were a part of some of the wine. What's that?
Outstanding wines.
It's so fun. Probably 4 years ago, Shelley gave me. They have a gift pack of 6 wines, and she won't let me open them.
Well, you've opened a couple.
Yeah, we've opened, I think, 2. And when we do, I always replace it. But that starts off some of the wines we enjoyed this week. The Long Shadows Saggi. Yeah, which is it's just fantastic. Domaine, you know what? Can you do these?
If I can speak.
Because you speak French and I don't. Domaine.
I don't speak French. Well, Domaine de Olivet, Bandol, Rouge, Dunham Cellars, 3-Legged Red, Vinedos, Escudero, Arvum, that is not French.
No.
Showket, Vineyards, Napa Valley, Cabernet Sauvignon, 2005.
Oh, yes. You know what that one was? That was from Rocky Pond. That's what they pulled out. Yeah.
Nice. And
the Jacquelynn.
Napa Valley, Cabernet Sauvignon, 2008. That from our visit to Rocky
Our visit
Pond.
to Rocky Pond. Yes, he pulled out some very, very fun wines. We should probably mention the J. Bookwalter wine word of the week, which is transferment. I believe it's a word.
Okay.
It shows up with a red line under it wherever I put it, but I believe it's a
But
word.
there's no definition to be found.
No, I've got the definition. The process of safely transporting wine from one location to another.
Oh.
Transferment. I figured that was the wine word of the week.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, you can use that.
So when I very first started tasting wine, and my former husband was a cop in Southern California and had a friend, and he thought that when you said the wine travels well, that it was traveling well in a suitcase. But it's not.
Yeah.
Look up that term too.
Okay. You don't want to discuss it now?
It just means how it feels in your mouth and the way the whole progression of that goes.
Oh, yeah. But for sure, it can mean
But now
both
we
things.
know.
But now we
Wine
know.
can travel well.
That's right.
Well,
I was going to say that. Oh, where was I going?
I'm not sure.
This is when I get to.
Transferment.
We get to pull all this out. Jay Bookwalter, they are great people there in Tri-Cities in Richland, and we will connect you with them. That'll be our number one. They are great people with fantastic wines, and they absolutely, I believe this to happen. It's going to happen.
All right.
Yeah.
great.
So some things coming up. We've got World Moscato Day, National Pinot Grigio Day on the 21st, World Chardonnay Day, and International Chardonnay back to back, really.
23rd and 24th.
23rd and 21st, actually. I misread that. We have the anniversary of Judgment of Paris, the 24th of May, National Wine Day. Every day is the 25th. June is Idaho Wine Month, and we've got Luc Marquis with Molly Duker. I forgot to mention, I just didn't elaborate. When we had that Patricia Green Pinot Noir, we are going to have Jim Anderson, the founding winemaker and owner at Patricia Green, as well as Matthew Russel, the associate winemaker, on it as guests in, I believe, 2 weeks from today.
Nice.
You're doing something with Molly Duker? You're going to have Molly Duker in?
We are going to have the son of the founder of Molly Duker. Yep.
I know them from way back when they first came to Napa. Yeah.
We're huge Molly Duker fans, and not just because of the Molly Duker shake. They're making really good wines, and
I know.
we get
the alcohol, but it's like 16.5% alcohol. I mean,
that's interesting. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this Patricia Green only 13.
No.
I know that's the other world. Yeah, that's why I like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
13 too. But yeah, we get to actually open a velvet glove, so that's going
And
to be
this
a lot of fun.
Sauvignon,
Well, nice. Yeah.
this Louis Martini Sauvignon, it has a little bit of Semillon in it.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, but I couldn't find out how much.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah,
really
that's
nice.
Napa, they do that. They had Sauvignon Blanc.
So next week we're going to have Sina Wheeler with Sina C with another Oregon Pinot Noir. We're going to have some salmon and crab cakes. We're going to semi-punish Shelley for being gone for 2 weeks. She's going to prepare food that we're going to pair with. It's going to be a lot of fun. She's already got a salmon recipe picked out, and the crab cakes, of course, are already made. But we are going to have that with a Pinot Noir, and I think we're probably going to have a Hedges CMS, because I think that would go real well with these crab cakes as well.
And we're out of Madeleine Angevine.
Yes, we are out of Madeleine Angevine. Ron, thank you so much for joining us today. And
thank you so much for gifting us the luggage.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Cheers. We'll have to pour
Cheers.
more.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for spending part of your day to wind down with Shelley and Phil. Remember, you can listen to any episode of the Wine Time Fridays podcast by visiting winetimefridays.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And join us on our Wine Time Fridays Facebook page, Instagram, or on Twitter, which is @VintageTweets, for daily conversation. Until next week, here's our toast to you. To health, wealth, abundance, gratitude, peace on earth, and of course, romance.
Doing good so far?
Brilliant.
Nice.
This is the hardest I've worked in quite a while.